How's it going, everybody? My name is Philip, and today we're going to be reacting to Life is Worth Losing by George Carlin. I don't know really much about him other than the fact that he was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. That's it. I didn't realize he was a comedian. I didn't realize really anything else. I'm sure I should check out a lot more from him. There's already one that already caught my eye, A War on Homelessness. Or even The Reason Education Sucks. The one thing about I'll say about education here is it's very more for, or it's not necessarily more for America, because that makes no sense, but it's more focused on American stuff. They don't teach you jack shit about the world. Even, like, for the most part, world history is all about, like, I remember French Revolution, World War II. I barely remember anything about World War One. And I actually really enjoy reacting to and learning about, like, world history and for the most part and whatnot. I have a couple of them. There was one I did on the history of Ukraine, I believe, and, like, parts of the French Revolution. And I think there might have been another one. But I've always really found it fascinating. I don't want there to be another world war, but I mean Russia is really pushing the line there. But I've gone really far off topic, but I'm really interested. It's one of those things where I hope he goes kind of like, I really hope he goes hard on Americans, because it says dumb Americans, so it's not like it's other countries or anything. It's looks like it's specifically at the dumb people of America, hopefully. And maybe not just the dumb people of America, maybe just all Americans in general. But I'm very interested in seeing what he has to say. I think it's going to be quite funny. It's going to be fun, and it's also going to be like, it's probably going to, I feel like I'm going to, part of my mindset is I hate how true a lot of this is because of how dumb people here in the US are. Especially that last video that I reacted to, dumb things that Americans have said to you. I hate it, but it was hilarious to watch and sad to realize how stupid we really are, a lot of us. And I'm hoping that by using this YouTube channel, I can broaden my mindset, broaden my, I guess, not necessarily education, but help me understand and learn more about the world, basically. Help me be less ignorant. That's kind of what I've kind of started this channel on, especially when it started off in sports, and I fell in love with a couple sports, rugby and Australian football, and I've just kind of continued to just learn more about stuff, and it's been a lot of fun. Except for when I learned how shit our healthcare system is. That wasn't fun. It was definitely eye-opening, and it was definitely worth watching, but it wasn't fun. But let's check out what George Carlin has to say. Okay, now hopefully I don't have to put the copyright thing over the video. For some reason, it popped up on my last video of the Jim Jeffries reaction. I might actually just do this, actually. I might just make it a little bit smaller. I like having it a little bit bigger. I don't know if that counts for anything. YouTube just randomly is like, oh, you reacted to this video. Well, guess what? You get a copyright strike. I don't care if it's like viewable for like if it's copyrighted and viewable, that's fine. I don't care. But if it's copyrighted and blocked, that kind of defeats the purpose. So, as always, link will be in the description down below. And here we go.
But say what you want about America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers, you know? Yeah. Now, obviously, that doesn't include this audience. I understand that. You seem intelligent and perceptive, but the rest of them, holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint.
Wow.
And this ain't just ranting and raving. This ain't just blowing off steam. I got a little evidence to support my claim.
Oh,
it just seems to me, that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but Hey, it was nice when we stole it. It
Yeah.
looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise. Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today.
Yo, this is probably going to be the stupidest thing that comes out my mouth, but thanks, England. You sent the stupid people. That's what happened. You know, that's what it is. England sent their dumbass people over to the U.S., over to North America, right? And they're like, okay, well, you guys aren't smart, so y'all get to make your own country across the sea over this way. And then they sent, from what I understand, they sent all their criminals down to Australia. So they keeping all the good people for themselves, right? And so they sent the dumb people to live out here in the U.S., like the dumb and greedy people. How about that? The dumb greedy people to live out here in North America, in for what's now the U.S., and then all the thieves and murderers or whatever, sent them all down to Australia. That's what it seems like, and then the U.K. just like, well, we're good. We're good over here now. All of the majority of our dumbass people and greedy dumbass people get to live somewhere else.
A shopping mall. A big fucking shopping mall. You know that? That's all you got. That's all you've got here, folks. Mile after mile of mall after mall. Many, many malls. Major malls and mini malls. They put the mini malls in between the major malls. And in between the mini malls, they put the mini marts. And in between the mini marts, you got the car lots, gas stations, muffler shops, laundromats, cheap hotels, fast food joints, strip clubs, and dirty bookstores. America the Beautiful. One big transcontinental commercial cesspool. And how do the people feel about all this? How do the people feel about living in a coastal
We love it.
shopping mall? Well, they think it's just fucking dandy. They think it is cool as can be, because Americans love the mall. They love the mall. That's where they get to satisfy their two most prominent addictions at the same time: shopping and eating. Millions of semi-conscious Americans, day after day, shuffling through the malls, shopping and eating, especially eating. Americans love to eat. They are fatally attracted to the slow death of fast food. Hot dogs, corn dogs, triple bacon cheeseburgers, deep fried butter dipped in pork fat and cheese whiz.
Yo, okay, so that's another thing. I've heard that there's something called deep fried butter, or something like that word, fried butter. Who the fuck even thought of that? Like, that just sounds disgusting. I'll put a little bit of butter on like a piece of bread for like toast, but that's about it. Like, I'll butter things up. Oh, I'm making a grilled cheese sandwich. I'll put a little bit of butter. Who wants to be eating a full fucking stick of butter? Like it's a fucking like a warm fucking ice cream popsicle shit. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, you trying to die faster? I can't with that. That I saw someone, and I'm like, ew, no.
Mayonnaise soaked barbecued mozzarella patty melts. Americans will eat anything. If you were selling sauteed raccoons' assholes on a stick, Americans would buy them and eat them. Especially if you dipped them in butter and put a little salsa on them.
If it looked good, people would buy it.
Big time. Forget the bald eagle. You know what the national emblem of this country ought to be? A big bowl of macaroni and cheese. A big bowl, because everything in this country is king size. King size, extra large, and super jumbo. Especially the fucking people. Have you seen some of the people in this country? Have you taken a good look at some of these big fat motherfuckers walking around? Big fat.
Yo, and this is why I say I'm relatively healthy. I have a bit of a stomach, and I'm a bit heavier. Not gonna lie, I need to lose some weight. But when I see some other people, it makes me feel like, okay, I don't need to lose weight, and that's the issue. I see other people, and then mentally I'm just like, okay, well, I'm better off than them. I can literally run. They will step off a fucking sidewalk and break their ankle. There's actually this one instance where my brother and I, we went out and played soccer with some guys, and we had this heavier guy, and I guess he wanted to come out and lose some weight. He stepped in a ditch. Like there's like the grass wasn't like very well level or anything, but he stepped in a ditch or something. He fell. I guess he broke his ankle because of like. I felt bad because he came out to try and get some exercise, and then he goes and does that. I feel bad, but it's just like my thing is like I said, mentally I need to work on my mental state a lot better because like I said, I see these other heavy people and I'm like, oh well, see, I don't need to. I'm not that far. So I'm still good. I still have a little bit of time or some shit, and that's like the worst mentality. I know that, and so I'm slowly starting to drink more water. I'm slowly starting to exercise a little bit more, but then I also want to try and keep on top of this on this channel because this channel's been so much fun and it's been opening my mind to a lot of new things and. Yeah, so I probably should do a weight loss journal as well. I should, now that I think about it. But yeah.
Motherfuckers. Oh my God. Huge piles of redundant protoplasm lumbering through the malls like a fleet of interstate buses.
Or they find those fucking carts that roll them around.
Massive bellies, monstrous thighs, and big fat fucking asses. And if you stand there for a minute and you look at one of them, you begin to wonder, how does this woman take a shit?
I don't ever wonder that. I don't want to think about that.
More frightening, how does she wipe her ass?
Now that I'm thinking about it,
locate her asshole?
It makes sense.
Require assistance.
Oh.
Paramedics trained in this field? They stand right next to her, of course, with a plate full of nachos and a mouthful of pie as her clueless fucking husband, Joe Sixpack. With his monstrous swollen beer belly hanging dangerously out over his belt buckle, this guy ain't seen his dick since the Nixon administration. And if you stand there and you look at the two of them, you begin to wonder to yourself,
how?
Do these people fuck? Is this man actually capable of fucking this woman?
I don't think anyone wants to picture that, so they just don't think about it. I don't want to think about that, but now I am. What the fuck? That's disgusting.
It doesn't seem structurally possible that these two people could achieve penetration. Maybe they're in that Cirque du Soleil or something. Telling you, the people in this country, every one of them is 50 pounds overweight. They are gargantuan. And in the summertime, God help us, in the summertime, they all want to wear short pants. Jesus, Lord, protector of all that is good and holy, deliver me from fat people in short pants. They all got short.
See, the issue nowadays is you can't say this stuff because you're being fat phobic. You need to have body positivity. Like, I understand I need to lose weight and whatnot, but it's just like when I see people bigger than me, it's like, I'm beautiful the way I am. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? No. Are you able to run? You able to exercise without severely injuring yourself for months on end? I think not. So, fuck off with your body positivity shit. If you're thick but you're not fat, because there's a difference. Like you're in shape, and you're a bit on the thicker side. Like I'm sure people out there know what I'm talking about, like thickness and whatnot. That's fine. I'm totally down with that. But like when you fat, I'm sorry. I can't be super sympathetic towards you when you can't be walking up the stairs without needing 12 breaks. Like, and again, I'll be nice to everybody. Okay, if you super fat, that's fine. Like
pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Every one of them's got two dumb-ass kids with them. And the whole family is wearing T-shirts, and every one of them's got the same T-shirt. I'm with stupid. Apparently in this country, the stupids are an extended family. And besides wearing them T-shirts, everyone in the family's got on a backpack. They got a backpack strapped to their back so they can carry around lots of stupid shit. And the reason they got to carry their stupid shit strapped to their backs is because their hands must remain free at all times to hold food.
And drinks.
And to get that food up to the mouth where it gets shoveled in with all the rest of the disgusting shit they ate that day. And another reason for the backpacks is these people are going to buy even more stupid shit. They ain't got enough stupid shit at home. They just had a stupid shit sale. They ain't going to buy more. They're going to go out in the parking lot and stuff this stuff into the big, fat, ugly, oversized SUV that's got plenty of room in it. Plenty of room in it for stupid shit and lots of room left over for these big, fat, ugly motherfuckers to get them home. Stopping, of course, for jelly roll and fried dough. These people are efficient, professional, compulsive consumers. It's their civic duty, consumption. It's the new national pastime. Fuck baseball, it's consumption. The only true, lasting American value that's left, buying things. Buying things. People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway. Not too bright.
That's why I hate credit cards. Right. I can't even deal with them.
If you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, and you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions.
They'll get pissed off at you.
They start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They say we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools.
We need more people paying attention in school.
You say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. So, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you need to get into college is a fucking pencil.
No, nowadays you need to have rich parents that'll pay your way into school. That's what'll happen. That's where it's gotten to. And maybe then it's going to get to the point where you just need pencils.
Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there. It's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind 3 things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason.
Skipping some steps there, I think.
There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners,
the rich,
the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice.
Yeah, because they get bought by the rich people.
They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year.
Okay, so one thing I will say, it seems like when you talk about this to certain people, it's like, oh, that's all just a conspiracy. And then you start thinking that you're crazy. You're like, no. Like, I think this was one of the main reasons why I didn't ever truly get into this for the longest time. Because I always like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, you're starting to sound a bit crazy. But a lot of the times, the crazy people make the most sense. Unless they're, like, really talking to themselves, like, the evil little children are coming to steal my toenail collection. You know, like, like, you can tell the difference between mentally unstable and crazy. Like, the people that sometimes sound crazy but are in their right minds, sometimes, let's go with sometimes, not all the time, sometimes they make the most sense. But you don't want to listen to it, so you just call them crazy and you ignore them. Hence why Bernie Sanders did not get voted into office. Because universal health care is crazy.
to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long, when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care.
Yeah.
Good, honest, hard-working people. White collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give
I wonder
a
who
fuck
that sounds
about
like.
you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Man. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Oh, yeah. I think someone has definitely said that in the comment section below. Yo, I love how brutally honest Carlin is here. Like, one thing that I thought of while I thought of and then forgot midway through, I was about to say it, but about how they lower the standards, and I know this goes into a whole different argument, different topic or whatever. I guess in the military, for like Navy or the Marines, maybe it was. Basically, they lowered the standards for women because there's a lot less women going through the ranks and graduating to become a Marine or something like that. And so to be more inclusive, you know, they wanted more women in because people were, I guess, you know how this equality thing is going on around now, and this woke culture is going on, and they're saying like we need more women in this and that, and like that's fine if they want to and they're able to and they're fully committed to going down this route and are like I said able to, then sure. But if they're physically unable to do so, you know, and I kind of don't want to get into the whole gender differences and whatnot. I can, but I know there's gonna be a lot of people that's not gonna be too happy about it. You know, like I just think it's silly. The thing is though, like I'm getting off topic with the whole gender thing, so I'll bring it back to Life is Worth Losing, to the video. I really liked, again, how brutally honest he was, and I'm sure that he kind of knew going in that he kind of knew that I think he would be a great president. I know that he's passed away, but I feel like, I don't know, I felt like he would be a great president. But I know, and I'm sure that he knew that there's no way that was going to happen because of these rich assholes that are paying these politicians to help run their business, not necessarily business, but help run what they want, their point of view, their views and whatnot is kind of what I was trying to think of. But, and I think I've mentioned this in a comment previously, where it was very apparent when Hillary Clinton was going up against Bernie Sanders. And I remember hearing, again, don't know how true this was, but for Bernie Sanders, he was getting a lot of the working class. And a lot of the people that really wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders were a lot more of the younger generation, the working class. And what Hillary Clinton did, allegedly, again, don't know how true this is, but I think I heard this from like my parents or my brother or something like that. And my brother was a big Bernie fan. And basically what happened was she, or somehow certain polling sites that were located in different areas that would have been more easily accessible for the working class got closed down, or they closed down earlier so that when the working class would get off work, you know, and this was way before everyone wanted to vote by mail, you know. So granted, I think they might have had to like register however long ahead of time. So I think they might have missed that cutoff point. And they're like, oh, we'll just vote in person. And then when they get off work, when they you know, whatever, they then have to drive about an hour and a half, you know, that which includes traffic, to somewhere else in order to vote. And so you have to, once you get off work, you gotta get to somewhere, whether, because I think people were literally saying, okay, anyone that wants to vote, we're getting buses, or we're renting buses, we're renting this and that, so that we can take people to go vote, because it's important. And yet all of a sudden all these voting places, like I said, closed down early, moved or something like that, so that it was making a lot more difficult for the Bernie Sanders supporters to actually vote for Bernie Sanders. At least around in this area. I don't know how true that is in any other everywhere else, but that's what I heard what happened in this area necessarily. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck? And then she went up against Trump, and you know that didn't go well. I feel like we need someone that's not a politician, though. And I know that people aren't going to want someone that's not a politician anymore. I mean, just like, get someone that's, even if they're getting pissed off at everything that's being said, if they're literally just like, if it seems like they care and actually show that they care because they're getting pissed off at like these corporate people, and they're just like, fuck you. If they drop the F-bomb, even better. Maybe that's who we need as a president instead of all these politicians. Someone that actually shows that they care. But, you know, corporate is not going to let that happen, right? I think I've gone on for long enough ranting about how I feel now about what's going on. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know of some other George Carlin stuff that I should react to. Like I said, another one that I think I'm probably going to do is a war on homelessness. I feel like that's definitely a big one that I want to react to. So, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this, and I'll see you guys next time.